And he points over in the corner. He goes, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "Oh, that's crack." And the interviewer guy goes, "Oh, there's crack in it too." And he goes, "No, I smoke crack." And I think about that all the time.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Big Wiener Podcast, where everyone up here is from 7 to 9 inches girth. I'm your host, Benjamin Smith, joined by Jacob Smith, my co-host.
Woo.
Thank you very much. And as always, we have the Carolina Sex Appeal, which is coming back from his sex dungeon. Welcome, Nick.
Hey, yo.
Boys, how we hanging? Low and to the thigh?
Right down the middle, baby.
Tucked.
Perfect,
I'm tucked.
guys.
Fully tucked right now.
Fully tucked. We've actually been, we've all been on TRT therapy to decrease the size of our testicles so that it can make our schlongs hang even lower. It's a little bit of a life hack for you guys out there. That one's free.
Yeah, I'm just tired of sitting on them, to be honest.
Yep. We were actually just talking about the fact that Nick in his public school, after the Pledge of Allegiance, they would have to sing "If the South Would Have Won" every single time. Nick, have you heard that song?
No.
Oh, dude, I thought you were gonna have heard this. You never heard it?
Wait,
Hank
what
Williams
song?
Jr. Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, I missed part of that. If the South had won.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, every single time. In
Okay.
fact, there's a small other thing we had to do to the "Don't Step on the Snake" flag about running colors and all that.
The
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
Tread.
Yeah, there was
Don't
two.
Tread
There
on
was
Me.
two pledges of allegiance.
Did the for how much of a cold that Texas is, Mikkel says that the Texas flag is allowed to like hang at the same height as the American flag, and then they do every day at school they do the Texas Pledge of Allegiance after the United States Pledge of Allegiance.
That's sick, dude. Texas
8
rules for that.
gunshots in a row.
Yeah. It's the Scottish janitor out there with a six shooter that shoots in the air. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
fucking
boys.
sick, dude. Pennsylvania should do some shit like that. Texas
Yeah,
big dicking on us right now. That's crazy.
Dude, Texas is the New Jersey of the South.
Texas is the New Jersey of the South.
Nah, dude, Texas is better than New Jersey.
In
See?
vibe, not
That's a
in
hard-
geography. Yeah.
That's a
I've
hard
spent
one.
A lot of time in both states, and that for me, like that's the best description. They love where they're from, and the biggest thing they do as soon as they leave the state is talk about how they're from that state and how everything in that state is better than the state that you are currently in or
I see
residing
the
in.
Venn diagram.
I will give you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't if you're from Texas. If you're talking to somebody from Texas, you'll know it within the first two sentences.
Sure,
Same with
exactly.
Jersey. Yeah.
Also, the invisible thread between it all is the matter of the fact that cowboy hats, big in Texas, was invented by a guy in New Jersey.
What?
Yeah.
Where are you
It
pulling
was-
this back from?
It was a hat maker in Jersey, and he got typhoid, and he was like, "Holy crap!" He's like, "I'm gonna die." And back then, their recipe for typhoid, because you had like a 25% chance of living. They said it'll increase your chances if you get some fresh air. So guys would move out west, right, to go and get like clean air. And so he moved to, I think, Missouri, but then he was like, "Oh shit, like I lived through this, and all the people out here have like really shitty raccoon like skin hats that like don't do anything, and they like get bugs and they're not waterproof." So he invented the cowboy hat, and then now Texas has that on the logo of all their colleges.
Were you watching an episode of How It's Made, yo? That's crazy. How the hell do you know what's going on?
To be honest, it was I actually,
You watch a documentary on cowboy hats?
I huffed Jankum, and I met the guy that invented them up in the Cosmos, and he kind of explained everything.
Jenkins from New Jersey. How many other things can you trace back to typhoid? Because like the Manhattan Project was where it was for the same reason, right? Like Oppenheimer wanted to be out west because typhoid. Didn't he have typhoid?
Oh, like that's why his like family moved out to New.
Like that's why they picked that.
Yeah.
Where was it? It was in the desert. I know it was in the desert. I don't know where it was, but
I think it might have been tuberculosis.
Okay, that's better.
That was it. But it was the same scenario too. Of like he's
Yeah.
like, yes, my indigenous people here that we kicked them out, so because my uncle had the cough, and we decided
A great call.
my uncle had the droopy lungs, so we moved out here to this ranch in New Mexico, and
Yeah.
he still died, but we're not giving the land back.
Yeah, I think Doc Holliday had something like that, where he was like went to these like
Yeah.
natural springs where they said it was gonna like cure his tuberculosis, and it just like rapidly increased the rate as to which it
The exact opposite thing
yeah,
happened.
Yeah.
They were like, you
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
go here and bathe in these springs. He's like, all right,
This
say less.
will really clear you out. It'll
This guy's
stop
the
you from
best
cancer.
doctor in town. He's like, you gotta find these springs.
Dude, I could have been a doctor back then. When you were just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks, like, oh, you're sick. Have you hot springs?
Hot springs.
Yeah.
Give it a
You
shot.
tried going somewhere warm.
So that's yes. You need to. Your lungs are cold. You got to smoke more, and then you got to finger your ass.
Yeah,
before you
yeah,
go
yeah.
play. The sensation's really gonna clear up that cold sore.
Yeah. Have you thought about bloodletting?
yeah, exactly. You got bad blood in you. We got to get a little bit of that out.
We'll just get that out. We'll get some good blood in there. It'll be fun.
Yeah. You know, the first guy that mentioned that too. Like the other people in the room were like what? And he was like, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall right now.
But that's the thing, right? Like it was probably like, oh, what if we took all the bad blood out and we put like not bad blood in there? And everybody went, well, that makes sense to me. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shit. What are we gonna do with all these leeches now? They're gonna be unemployed.
The leech guy was pissed.
Yeah, true, right? They're like, yo, leeches. Who pitched that idea? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's something to these little sons of bitches.
Yeah, I think they'll hear
Make
you.
some money off of this. That's what we're gonna do.
You're like, what?
And I make money
That was
off
like-
these little.
That was like a fucking medical treatment back in the day. It's so crazy. We got these
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
crawlies in a bucket now, and we're gonna put them on.
Yeah. Like the king's wife would be like type 1 bipolar and like screaming at the moon every night, and they're like, you know what she needs?
Get some
Fucking
leeches.
Leeches.
Like,
some
she's
bitch.
still not cured. It must be a witch.
Yeah, and then the lobotomy came around, and that was the next thing.
True.
She's still
Yeah,
not cured.
yeah.
Lobotomy. She won't talk about it as much.
Gentlemen, is your housewife complaining that you work too much? She doesn't want you chasing your secretary around the desk anymore? Get her lobotomized.
Wasn't there like one guy who like put up mad numbers on those?
Oh, probably.
I think
Yeah,
there was
they
like
were,
a
like, candy.
doctor who was like had like a crazy record for like giving the most lobotomies. Like he was just going in, bro.
Like he
Just
loved
the-
to do it.
the Ice pick.
Yeah, he was like the Michael Jordan of lobotomies. I'm pretty sure.
I think I read a thing that they had like when that technology was new. That was like they would teach weekend seminars. Like you could go for a weekend seminar to learn how to be a certified lobotomist. Here's your ice pick.
Your certificate. Yeah. Yeah. The gold ice pick for when you graduate.
Yes.
I
Dude,
think
what
it
an
legit was
awesome
like
time.
they were like, it's so easy to do it, and that doesn't even mean do it correctly, but it's easy enough to do it and get a result that you want. So all of your patients will stop screaming at you and throwing shit through their prison doors. Basically,
Yeah.
they're like, look, they're all great patients now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandma's been acting up lately. Have you tried wiggling her brain? We'll just stick
Yeah,
something up there and
exactly.
kind of.
Yeah, right. Now look, she cooks the ham on time, and maybe she. Christmas dinner is always out, and look at that
She's
smile
just
on her
fucking
face.
drooling, dude.
Yeah. She doesn't know how to play the piano anymore, but that's okay with us. She was never good in the first place. Dang. I was laughing a lot today at this is gonna sound really nerdy, but the first Star Wars, Phantom Menace, and how all the white people in that movie are like the good guys, and how the bad guys are like first of all you have Jar Jar Binks, who is like the worst black stereotype ever, and then the bad guys are a bunch of Asian dudes, right? And then the slave trader's like a giant flying Jewish dude. And it's like it's literally
That
like
is
the only
true.
good people in the entire series is like the fact that it's like just the white people are the Jedis and they're here to like save the planet.
whites.
But then like Yeah, because like they literally have Asian aliens in the begening that are like, oh, what are we going to do? They're over here attacking.
Let's go.
And George Lucas is like, yeah, this is a good idea. We should include
Yeah.
that. And they're like, now what if there's a large-nosed winged beast who loves money and has a slave trade that's going on in a desert? And they're like, the one that looks really Jewish, and like, yes, and Jedi mind tricks won't work on him. The only thing that motivates him is money.
Yeah.
And then
Damn.
like, yeah, right. And then he got a ton of heat for Jar Jar because they're like, this black alien. What if he was Jamaican on top of it, and then like an idiot throughout the entire movie?
Was
Like,
Jar Jar
just,
Binks
like, getting-
Jamaican?
Yeah, we like. Oh,
It was it?
Yeah, he like he talked in like the worst like Jamaican accent, and then you watch all the behind the scenes because it is a black guy that plays him, and he had to wear like that. He had to wear the Jar Jar like Binks like costume throughout the entire thing, even though they animated over him. So,
Yeah, they had to do
that's
it for
good.
life.
Yeah,
but they wanted a
yeah.
reference. But yeah, but anyway, then I was like, man, how do you recover from that? And George Lucas, he pulled like the ultimate trump card of how do you recover from making a super racist movie, and he has a black wife. And then
Done deal. Yeah.
I was like thinking, I was like, is that him like trying to give the middle finger back to like the studio, basically for like them calling him racist, or did she have to like bring it up at all in any of like their table conversations where she's like, yo, do you want to fucking explain Jar Jar Binks to me real quick before we continue with this relationship?
Dude, I loved in Harry Potter when they're like they go to the bankers and then they're just like obviously Jewish. Yeah. I was like, what, Harry Potter? They're like, they're terrible, yo. Go back and
Goblins
rewatch it.
anyway.
They weren't even saying that.
Oh, they were. Yeah, yeah.
They're not people, they're goblins.
They're goblins. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's wild. If you go back and watch it, yeah, you're like, this is out of pocket, yeah.
Yeah. Pointy ears, large nose. J.K. Rowling just scribbling like, yes, good. Everyone will know. Or like at some point, like that's stuff like that. I'm like, does anyone speak up during the board meeting? Or
Dude,
like
not
when the
back in the day,
costume
dude.
designer comes back with the really Jewish looking goblin, or or they're like the Asian alien, give them slanted eyes as well. Does no one be like, well, do we have to do that, or like maybe we want to retcon this?
Hey man, it was a different time. It's like Johnny Bravo. Have you ever seen that whole like when you start thinking about it, like executive or like producer for a children's TV show? Great idea, boss. It's this like dude in his 30s that like lives at home, and his best friend is like the little neighbor kid, and he's constantly trying to get laid, but he's real bad at it. And the boss is like ripping a huge line of coke and just goes, "Fuck it, dude, just make it."
Yeah, that is true. I totally forgot about Johnny Bravo. It's just a cartoon where a guy sexually harassed women.
His best friend is like the middle school kid next door.
Yeah, what's up with that? You want to come over to my house and watch television? And he's like, why is it Cinemax? So he's a closeted homosexual who's repressing his sexuality by constantly hitting on women.
Yes. Yeah, he's compensating.
I bet they scrubbed that. I bet they scrubbed Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can still watch it. I think there's like, I don't know. You can probably watch all that old shit somewhere.
Oh,
like
you can
Tom
still
and
watch
Jerry.
the really like. Yeah. You can watch the really racist like cartoons that Disney made back in the 1930s on like Disney Plus still.
True, but they give you like a disclaimer.
Oh yeah. Like, we're not gonna take them down. Not gonna take them down.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Was a different time, okay? And we also were this company. The guy that started it had some pretty strong opinions.
Yeah. He was friends with a couple of guys.
We're not gonna name names.
Yeah.
What was his? Was he a Nazi sympathizer?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. You were best friends with like Werner von Braun.
Yeah. It was the head of NASA at the time. It was like we snuck him in, and he was like wanted for war crimes.
Yeah, you're fine.
The amount of workers that died to build Werner von Braun's V2 rocket was comparable to the same numbers of people that died at Auschwitz. Yeah,
And
they're
then
like, and Walt Disney's like,
Walt
come to the
Disney's
most
just
magical
hanging
place.
out with the guy. We're like, what, bro?
Stand-up cat.
Yeah, he's
Then
got
you,
some points, chap.
Dude, he's gonna
Bat-
be pissed if they figure out that whole brain on ice thing, dude. If they figure out how to brain, they did. He is not gonna
like
be happy.
like if they bring him back?
Yeah,
Or if
because
they
the
figure out
rumor. Yeah, if they figure out that technology, dude, and they bring
how
him back,
diverse
he's
that,
gonna be like, "What the
that
fuck?"
Disney is
dude?"
nowadays. It's gonna be some girl with half shaved head and with blue hair and like a lip piercing that revives him, and he's gonna be like, "They let you work now?
Yeah,
fuck is
At
this?
least you still can't vote."
just a racist robot.
They would never tell anyone because he would be the most racist talking head on the entire planet. He's like, "What? The colored folks in my park? Do we make them pay extra? We don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Damn it! Wheel me back. I'm pissed. I want to go back to sleep."
Yeah, that is a real service you can do though. I looked into that. You can freeze your butt, or you can either do just your head or you can do the whole body. Like,
I'm interested.
it's really expensive. I think it's like 60,000 a month for the head, and it's like 170 a month for the body.
dude.
to like store it.
Yeah, they like keep you on ice.
Oh, can you not just like put you in a freezer? Could you just do it at home?
That is true.
Yeah,
Is that
my
legal?
parents have a fridge from the 80s in the
No.
garage that's still running.
You're like, I have a permit for this head, officer. I swear, it's
Yeah.
my grandpa.
Yeah.
Can you get like stuffed like people do with their dogs? Can you get grandpa stuffed?
Actually, I don't know, but I have seen like, I forget what Spanish country it is though. They like bring their dead bodies like to the club afterwards, and they like prop them up, and then they like
Yeah.
they like throw money on them, and like they like twerk on them. I seen like a couple of videos of this.
Grandpa getting one last fiesta from beyond the grave. The
Dude, they,
last
like,
thing he
prop
wanted
him
was a
up.
torta twerking on him before he went to the afterlife.
Yeah, that's a thing. I swear, give that a Google. It's just propped
No,
up.
yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
because I read a thing one time about how the funeral industry is kind of a scam. That like because we not quite the club thing, but like we used to do that. Like your grandpa would die, and you would keep him alive, like or not alive. You would keep the body like preserved ish for like a 2-3 days or whatever, and the family
you
would
would
come
hang
visit
out
him.
with it.
Yeah, and then you just bury him on the property. And then somewhere along the way, I think like big coffin or big funeral was like the propaganda was, oh, a dead body's like immediately bad for your health. Like immediately it'll make you sick or like all this stuff. And
yeah,
now
it
you
was
can't do it.
The American Civil War is what changed all of it.
Yeah.
Because there was such an influx now of corpses, and then the disease was spreading more often, and so it literally was someone being like, I can make some money off of this. So they started releasing like pamphlets and posters and like ads in newspapers about how like all these germs and diseases are coming up being around like a dead body, right? So that you would have to then give it over to a funeral service to like immediately, and then they can charge you out the wazoo. But yeah, it legit was like people being like, oh, like that sucks. Your son just took a cannonball right to the gut. Like, that's gross. We'll piece them back together for you.
We'll get you something going. Yeah, is it
exactly.
is it illegal? Like if you die in your house, can they
I think
can you just have
some states are allowed. I think it's like an acreage thing in some states. If you have like a certain number of acres, you can like bury them or whatever.
Yeah,
I swear.
You don't want to be in on a quarter-acre townhouse.
True.
And then, like,
a Philly row home.
Yeah, and then like grandpa stinking it into like the air conditioning in the next house. Like, you smell that? We should check the fridge.
I'm looking it up right now.
But wait,
What
so
state
can we go
you
back
legally
to like,
have a dead body?
Yeah, that's a good point. Can we go back to like Hispanic people like bringing corpses to the club?
Absolutely.
Right. So like, did you like? Is it actually like a nightclub that they're bringing?
Yes, it's like a nightclub, dude, and it's like a gang member who's been killed, and he's like up on stage like propped, and then they like
someone has to work on him. So one of his homies has to push his hips in from behind. So like,
no, I seen one where the girlfriend is like crying.
Yeah, they like
So,
they
He's doing
like
like a
party with him one
sensual,
more night.
yeah, a sensual cry twerk is what I saw.
He's sensual.
Hello, amen, que yo amo. It's just playing
Yeah,
in the
she
back.
was sad. She was sad. I felt for her.
Sabe que lo amo. And there's gonna be like that really fancy like graffiti Hispanic writing like at the bottom
Oh,
of
God,
it, and
yeah.
then those holographic hearts that are like going off in the video. Did you find the obscure law, Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
There's
is
actually, it's
legality?
legal in most states
Oh,
What?
thank goodness.
Bird.
How do you explain that to
Oh.
the cop?
to bury a body on your yard.
What about to just have one? Like how long are you allowed to just have a dead body on your couch?
True.
What, did you hit someone with your truck?
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, that's wild. What's the new dent that's on your truck, Nick? It's that's insane.
Is
Yeah,
it
one of your
covered in
buddies is
blood
just
and
crashing.
hair?
Yeah, exactly. That jackass bit where they go to the car wash
I was
with like,
just
and the
thinking
truck's
about
got
it.
like bloody handprints all over it.
Johnny Knoxville he's like, oh, I hit a dog. And the guy's like looking at blood and clumps of hair, and he's like confused. And Johnny Knoxville goes, it was like a big dog.
Big dog. It was a big dog. Oh man. Guys, I have a little segment that I would like for you guys to play. It might take like 5 minutes or so, but I figured we might be able to have some fun with this real quick. Just to spice up the podcast.
Dude, spice it up.
Rises from chair, closer to
Right?
camera.
Yeah, you saw that was a good fat boy shuffle with like my man tits.
Yeah, what was that view back
hanging
there? Yeah, what
down.
were you doing back there?
Do you not own an office chair?
Better for perspective. I don't own an office chair. I own a vintage chair that I bought from the Goodwill store.
Oh, not on wheels. I'm what I'm gathering. I think.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, we're not fancy around here on going for broke. We're bare minimum right now. You're recording this in an unfinished basement.
I am,
have a-
but rollable stools.
Okay, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
you got a one up on it.
He said that's pretty fucking cool. It's a
Pretty
stool.
fucking cool. If you stop waving that around in my face, Nick. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. All right, let me share my screen real quick.
Dude, my forehead could not look bigger at this angle. I gotta lean all the way back.
Perfect.
I'm a bald man. Look at my hairline, dude. It's like fucking LeBron's.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I just shaved my head. We're creeping up there,
Yeah.
man. I don't
Dude.
got it in the back though, so that's pretty sick.
I'm gonna connect.
I think the issue is like I've always had a really far back
I'm gonna fix my hairline like this.
like thing. Yeah, you don't want to look like LeBron though, man. That dude got hair transplant. A billionaire got hair transplants and he's still going bald.
Dude, I'm going to Turkey, bro. If I could just get that much hairline back, just up to the headphones.
Get the shaved head tattoo, like the little stipple tattoo, all the way around.
Yeah. Where did they get the hair from? Did they take it from my pubes? Because I could lose a few pubes for sure. I could really trim this bush down a little bit if it means it's going back on my head.
Full beard.
Yeah, why is this beard so stringy and wiry? Yeah,
Coarse.
it's super coarse. Can you guys see the screen that I'm sharing with you guys right now?
Oh, I gotta click watch.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I figured that a little something we could do. There's a tier list. I know you guys have seen this before, right? There's several companies on this tier list. They're kind of food companies, maybe food adjacent companies, but there is a common thread between all of these companies that will be revealed at the end. But I figured we could rank these companies, and then hopefully you guys can figure out the common thread for.
Okay. Where do we start?
And this is the part where our viewers realize that everyone on this podcast is actually dyslexic.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So first up, we have Dr. Pepper.
That's top tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's absolutely an S.
So
Yeah,
S, right?
all the way at that end. That's easy.
Okay.
Fanta.
What's to the right of
Fanta.
Fanta?
I love Fanta.
Yeah,
How
out of
How do we
everything
feel
on the
about
list,
Fanta?
I'm
it's
an orange.
definitely not S tier, but it's not C tier either.
Trying to think what I would put above Fanta on that list. What's next after that?
Next is Manhattan Bagels, then
Ooh.
Snapple, then Einstein Brothers, then Keurig, then Insomnia Cookies, Panera Bread, Krispy Kreme, IKEA. There's 10 of them, right?
Bro,
So it's a quick
Fanta is
list.
number 2 for me.
So
Yeah,
that's
I can get with
A.
that. I can get with that. I'll let that happen.
Okay, sounds good. Manhattan Bagels. It's been a while since we
Unfamiliar.
had them. We had them in our grocery store, weirdly enough, like growing up at Giant.
It's not
And
a
then-
store, it's a product of bagels. Like it's not like Einstein Bagels where it's a restaurant. It is a
No, it is like Einstein Bagels.
Okay.
Yeah, our like grandma will drive like 30 minutes every time I'm in town to like go get me a bag of like a baker's dozen of bagels, even though I'm in for like a weekend. She's like,
Yeah.
just in case you're hungry, Ben, I got you these. I'm like, thanks for the 13 bagels for the 48 hours I stay here, Grandma. You're really trying to fat me up.
All right. Well, I'm already going to say, since I'm unfamiliar with it, that wherever it lands, Einstein Bagels is above it. I'm going to say Einstein Bagels is above Manhattan Bagels, only because
Okay,
I
cool.
know I like Einstein Bagels.
So C, D. What are we
I say we
thinking?
put C for the Manhattan.
I'm cool with
Okay.
C.
Okay,
Snapple
cool.
gets a D because they got plastic bottles now.
Snapple.
That's
That's
outrageous.
fine. See,
That's
I'm
fair. We're
I'm
Lipton
saving
iced
D tier for Panera, but
Oh, I
it can be
hate
Snapple.
Panera, dude.
I hate
hate-
Panera. Panera's garbage.
I hate Einstein
Hold our
Bros
horses,
too,
gentlemen.
though, dude. I hate Einstein Bros. There was one on the campus of my whore ex-girlfriend. You bitch. Fuck
Yeah.
you, bitch.
Raggedy bitch.
Fuck you, Einstein Bagels. I'll never go to
Hey,
you again.
can we
No,
throw
they
up
got
a quick
good
number on the
bagels.
screen real quick right now?
Can we get another pop up?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no shot we're gonna close any of
This
these.
is- Yeah. Why is there a picture of her with
Farm.
a crosshair on it? Yeah. Oh shoot, Crisp signed out. Anyway,
Say, put it in
Einstein
C.
Wait, so
Bagels.
are we supposed to be looking for similarities? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind of hung up on that too.
if you guys can figure it out, power to you. If not, then I'll just tell you guys at the end.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a common thread for all of these. So Einstein
Shit
Bros.
college
C.
students like?
Okay. All right, now we have a Keurig.
Keurig's
Ah,
stinks.
low. Yeah, low.
Stinks. Keurig's
D.
dookie.
Just make real coffee or make a pot of
Insomnia
black.
cookies are gas.
I love
Yeah.
Insomnia cookies, dude. So
That's good.
B, A, S. What are we doing?
That's B tier.
B tier.
I think a B tier. I think a B tier.
A 2 a.m.
Panera's
Insomnia
D.
cookies, great.
Panera's
Panera's
all the way at
stinks.
the bottom. Can you get
Who the
lower
hell-
than that?
Who the hell wants to spend $30 on half a sandwich?
On half
Give
a
me-
fucking sandwich and like
give me a
whole
sandwich.
shot glass of macaroni and cheese.
Who the fuck sells half a sandwich? Yo, that's crazy. You should kill yourself, Panera.
Dude, I think Krispy Kreme is at least A tier.
I respect it.
Dude,
You can put that in.
I got to represent Winston Salem here.
I'm not a huge Krispy Kreme fan.
Not when
to
the
be
lights
dead
on.
honest. I've never had it when the lights on. That's why, right? But Shipley's Donuts in Texas is the best donuts I've ever had. They're always warm. They're always piping hot. Like the box is steaming when you open it up, so it keeps it light and fluffy. Hello, wife. Amen. Oh. And then IKEA.
Yeah, I get my
let's do
donuts
food
from
court.
this place where there's strippers. And one time I was jerking off. No, I'm joking.
B tier. Right in the
B tier,
middle,
no.
IKEA. Yeah.
IKEA stinks.
IKEA
I hate the
stinks.
Swedes.
So
Yeah, well,
C.
it's so funny that they're Swedish because wait, hold
No,
on, Swedes
IKEA
are
rules. You
famous.
can put that up. You can put that up.
I'm
Okay.
Switzerland on them. I'm right down the middle. Very indifferent to IKEA.
IKEA is wild because they're like, what if halfway through grocery shopping you ate some chicken tenders
Yeah,
and then you went back to you're like, what?
dude, you have to try the meatballs at the furniture store.
yeah, like
exactly.
what, bro?
It's such an American concept of like, you fat whales want a snack before you finish our store. When you come in here and load up on these meatballs, you pigs.
Don't they have daycares in IKEAs? Like you can drop
they
your
do.
kids off to buy weird Swedish furniture and then eat meatballs.
Yeah, they do. Which it does make sense because one time Mikkel and I spent 4 hours trying to figure out what couch we want.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you guys figure out the common thread between?
I'm gonna take shit college students like for 400, Alex.
Okay, I'll take that. Jake, anything you want to bring to the table for your educated guess?
Nothing non-racial.
It's well.
Maybe I'm right. Maybe I know what he was going for.
These are all companies at one point in time that had to make public apologies for outwardly
Yeah.
supporting the Nazi Party.
Yes, that's my guess. That's my guess. Yeah, because I knew that DP and Fanta did.
Krispy Kreme had to say, "I'm sorry for supporting Nazis."
Wait, what?
All right, shit.
A German company owns them.
That's Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. I'm sorry.
Pepsi did too. I know.
I would expect that shit out of Panera. That's a big Panera move. What is hello?
Oh, say hi, Tilly. Do you agree with Panera's apology that they made for their outward support?
I would love to hear those apologies. I want to hear the one from Krispy Kreme, especially.
Yeah, it was like someone was like, "Dude, you guys know this rich German businessman that owns Krispy Kreme was like he used to outwardly support Nazis." And like, what do you mean? And they're like, "Yeah, he donated like $4 million to the Nazi Party back in the like."
Ew.
Yeah, the IKEA one, he that dude kind of gets a bad rep because he was like, I was like 14, and there was like the Nazi Party was trying to like politically take over like Sweden back in the day. It would kind of be like if they were like, we're the new party you can vote for, and he's like, I was 14, I went to a bunch of rallies because all my friends were, but he's like, that like past I think age 15, I stopped going to them.
Yeah,
That's what I would say
just
too.
seeing what was out there.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, I left the Diddy parties at 11 every time I went. I left. That's obviously what you would say if you went to a bunch of those rallies. Obviously, you're like, I didn't even really want to go, man. You know, they drugged me along. I wanted to chill home and play Nintendo, dude. And then they're like, come to the Nazi rally, and I was like, all right, if I have to.
I was at home working on my furniture.
And he's like, so I went to 5 or 6.
Whatever. So we've all been once or 9 times to a Nazi party rally.
Yeah.
I don't
just
get
eat the fucking meatballs. That's what he says.
Buy my furniture. Shut up. He was actually super cheap, which is why IKEA is so cheap for their furniture, because he was like a cheap old tightwad as well. Like he would eat at IKEA because he's like, not because the food's good, but he's like, because we sell cheap food, so I can get $1.50 hot dog at the place that I built from the ground up.
Bet he gets it for free. Or some kind of discount,
right? Yeah. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys indulging me on that one. I was like, this is gonna suck until the punchline comes, and I hope it's.
I loved that. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I know Pepsi did that too. Because because Coca-Cola was like, we're not selling any Coca-Cola to the Nazis.
How old is Insomnia Cookies? I'm sorry, I just thought about that. I thought that was like 4 years.
Yeah, 2015. It was the same company that owns Krispy Kreme owns Insomnia Cookies.
Yeah.
Loophole.
What was Krispy Kreme? He was just donating money to them?
I guess so. We need snacks
crazy.
if you're gonna overthrow a government, Jake. Okay.
He was just placing a bet, yeah.
Yeah. Those guys, those boys come off the front lines. Okay, you're coming back to your little Bavarian village. There's nothing better than seeing that red light on at your local Krispy Kreme.
Oh yeah, they gonna need them donut.
Yeah,
and a large cookie.
Yeah, man, the Eastern Front was really hard. We lost a lot of good men back there, but you know what? The red light is on. That means we can bring back a dozen from Anpa.
Yeah, I fuck with Krispy Kreme. I just made some nasty ass cookies today. They're like keto cookies, and they taste like fucking eating sand. I'm just eating them. I have to scoop them out with like a spoon. They don't even stay together. They just fall apart. It's disgusting, dude.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, dude. It's hideous.
What the hell's in a keto cookie?
There's no sugar. It's like monk fruit sugar or whatever.
Still use butter though.
Yeah, butter and eggs and shit, but it's just nasty. You can't use flour. You got to use like almond flour or coconut flour or some shit like that.
Like
One of the
carbs.
Yeah, you got to use one or the other.
Yeah.
But it's fucking disgusting, dude. It's so
I
bad.
think maybe you made it wrong. That doesn't sound that bad.
Dude, it's terrible. Every single time I made it, it's horrible. And you have to use like dark, sugar-free dark chocolate.
Is it like actually proper bad, or is it bad in that like I'm expecting a cookie and it's weird?
Mary
way,
would
you know
not
what I mean?
touch this. Mary would not touch this cookie. That's how bad it is. She's tried it before, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good, it's delicious," and she was like, "That's the worst fucking cookie I ever had in my life."
Honestly, I appreciate people that aren't nice when it comes to like food. Like, I don't know. Have you ever had like shitty food and people are like, "This is great. This is so good," and you're like trying to like basically not throw up in front of them. But you know that if someone was just like, "Yeah, the food kind of sucked today," that they would immediately fix the recipe and you never would have had shitty food with them ever again.
Yeah. Or like when you're at a restaurant, like if you like it's a mild red flag to be hanging out with somebody and they never have a problem with the food. Like you never go in there and they're like, "This burger's like cooked too chewy. That steak's overdone."
Yeah. Like my big thing is like the old lady at church, if she drops off cookies at your house and you're like, "Man, this is dog shit cookies." Like, I can make better cookies for them and you're 70 years old. What's your excuse? Oh, it's because no one ever told you once that the sugar ration of 19.
That's why, yeah, you should bully your family members at all gatherings about their whatever they bring, you know? Yeah, Grandma, that cake was not as good as the years past. Just letting you know, next Christmas, we need to step that shit up.
Dude, my aunt brought fucking store-made mashed potatoes to Thanksgiving last year, dude. I wanted to call her out so bad. I wanted to fucking call her out. I wanted to be like, "You fucking think I don't know that this shit is store-bought mashed potatoes? You think I can't taste that shit?"
Hungry Jack when I see
It was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. I was like, "What are we doing here? You fucking boil the mashed potatoes. I'll fucking do it."
You're not going to get one over on me with this shit.
Yeah, throw my spoon down. I was pissed, dude. Oh, I was pissed. I was like, "This is some bullshit. How hard is it to make mashed potatoes?"
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I was pissed because when I was in Vegas, I took Mikkel out to like a really fancy dinner. And they were like, "Here's this like $120 steak," which was good, but also I've had better. But then they were like, "And it comes with a side of mashed potatoes." And I was like, "This is the best ranked restaurant in Las Vegas, like currently that I could afford, right?" And they were like, "You know what's a great idea for our sides? Like not caviar. No, that's like too fancy. We're gonna give them mashed potatoes." And I like took a bite into it. And I was like, I could make this at home and it'd be 10 times better than your fancy ass mashed potatoes that you just handed me. And that mashed potato plate, $18.
Nope.
For mashed potatoes?
For them to boil potatoes in a pot.
Who the fuck orders a whole plate of mashed potatoes?
Throw it. That's what they were like. It's tapa style, which is like it's mashed potatoes. Why are we worrying about it?
That is true. Tapa style mashed potatoes is absolutely wild. Yeah.
Like, can we be real? It's like at the end of the day, like it's mashed potatoes in a dish. You don't have to say it's tapa style. They gave it was really good mashed potatoes. Like I'll be honest, it tasted great. But at the end of the day, I was like,
for
$18, boiled potatoes and butter that you threw for
$18. There's not much innovation that can be done to mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, twice baked potato though. Y'all like a twice baked potato? That's like fancy restaurant potato. That's what I'm looking for $18.
Talking that good shit, dude.
God, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how they bake it twice.
God, it's when they take like mashed potatoes and put it on top of a baked potato and put it back in the oven with like some cream and shit.
I didn't even know that was a thing, dude. That's crazy.
Damn, son. Jake, how high are you right now?
Dude, I don't even smoke weed, bro. I'm allergic.
You're squinting so hard.
Well, I could duck hunt with a rake.
I'm not even as high as that one time when I ate the edibles before we podcasted. I was
I didn't
drooling,
even
dude.
post that podcast episode. I don't know if you noticed, but it was like that's such a bad episode with us because neither of us wanted to be there.
That's hilarious. I didn't even notice that you didn't post that one. That's so funny.
Dude, could we do that? Just one throwaway episode where everybody is belligerently high.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben needs
It's
to
gonna
get
take 2 puffs
a
for me.
medical prescription or he'll go to hell.
No, I'll go to hell for it. It's okay.
Actually, wait, I don't know if I should be saying that on here, but he told me he talked to me about it. Yeah. I told him
I might want to write that time down.
I just told him you probably should just do CBD. I said maybe take a little bit of the THC for nighttime, but I feel like you could get most of your benefits from the CBD. But he's got a bunch of diseases, yo. The man needs it.
Yeah, what's up with that? As far as it goes?
What's the deal?
I don't know. He's got like 97 diseases. He's like that guy from SpongeBob who was like, I wake up every morning, I break my legs. Yeah.
Yeah. It like happened out of nowhere for me too, because I was out, and then like I came back home a couple years later, and they're like sick, dude, and I was like, with what? And they're like, everything. Like it was a D, all of the above.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Like throw something at the wall, it's gonna stick with what it got. I was like, dude, that sucks. Like, yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah, give that guy some weed. It was funny too because I went to lunch and was talking to him about it, like trying to help him out or whatever. And he said that every time he like went to the dispensary, they just were like just telling him like how to get high, like with the weed. Like he's like, so what is the difference between this and this? And they're like, well, this one like will fucking like blow your shoes off, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you're gonna be fucking stoned until tomorrow. And he's like, no, like I have like a medical issue. Like he's not there to like get high. And they just didn't understand. Like every single time he went in there, like just telling him like how to get baked out of his mind. And he was like, that's not the goal. Like, what don't you understand?
Yeah, I'm actually in constant pain every day. I need you to sober up for 2 seconds here, buddy, and just tell me what's gonna take the edge off of this.
Yeah, they get discounts, the people who work at the dispensaries. I had a friend who did that for a bit. And then they also get like free samples sent to them by like weed companies. So like they're just like blazing in the back all day at the fucking
product.
Yeah, dude.
What is expected?
What's North Carolina's stance on the consumption of marijuana?
Don't like it. Decriminalized, but don't.
It's decriminalized?
Buy it. Yeah, I think in some kind of way, like under a certain amount, it's like a ticket. It's a misdemeanor ticket, but it's still not like dispensaries. Now, Virginia, one state over, dispensaries.
So you can just walk in recreational?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how New Jersey is with us.
Yeah,
just
like
drive over a bridge, and then you just drive back over a bridge.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right.
Yeah, it's sweet. There's got to be a ton on like the border, like over in Virginia too, right?
Oh, they're always on the border. Yeah. Even in like Jersey, I've seen them because I used to do these festivals in Atlantic City, but we'd fly into Jersey, and then like by the border there was always a fucking, what am I saying? Dispensary, dispo.
Yeah.
I keep getting my mic caught in this chair.
Yeah, wheels aren't so cool anymore, are they, Nick? Huh?
Not super cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought, nerd. Should be like me. Just to the ground.
I ate a bunch of edibles the other night, and I had to have Mary hold me in bed because I was so scared.
I love those. I love those nights.
I was so scared, dude. I was like, just please hold me.
Yeah. Like this time, I'm definitely going to die. I'm dying now.
Dude, they were so good. I just had a big bag of them, and I was just munching them, dude. And then I was like, I was scared for my life, dude. I thought I was going to die.
But were they like 10 milligrams? Were they 50s? Were they 100s?
They were 20s. And they're like these sour gummy ropes. They're like this long. They're so fucking good, dude.
Was that the one that you ate on the one podcast episode that we didn't
Probably. Mary, give me the sour gummy worms.
I feel like you were like, I just got these. I'm going to try this.
I just got some more.
I put to the pot. He's like,
Yeah, I ate him at the beginning of the pod, and then at the end of the pod, I was like drooling like on one side.
Some steam right there at the end.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Oh man. What are they? Can we get a weed sponsorship
Please.
for our 2/3 of our podcast?
Big fan of
THCA is
protopipes.
Look at-
THCA is legal.
Yeah, so you can get THCA.
Is that the low THC?
No, it's like
weed?
no, it's got like an extra oxygen molecule on it. And
Yeah,
like,
and there's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but apparently, like when you hit it with the lighter, it like burns that oxygen molecule off, and then it just goes right back to THC.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
They say. I still think it's different though. Like it feels different.
I don't know. Yeah, I blazed some of that shit, and I was like, that
Because
works for me.
Yeah.
Last time I was in Texas, I was like, why are there dispensaries like everywhere right now in Houston? They're like, oh yeah, it's like the special. I don't know if it was like
Delta
low
9.
THC they had it, or yeah, that was it. Delta 9, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I kept trying to get my mother-in-law to go and buy like weed. I was like, it'd be really
that shit
cool.
rocks you, dude. That shit.
I was like,
rocks
it's
you.
not even marijuana. I was like, so you can go and smoke it. Let's go get some right now. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. Stop. And I was like, come on, like live a little. But it was like a week of me harassing her that she's like not gonna like smoke weed.
That's like the same thing as the THCA. It's like one molecule off or whatever. But our Uncle Kurt, who lives in North Carolina, like came up to visit, and he said he like goes to the gas station near him and buys the Delta 9 weed gummies or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, like give you one for Mary, like rip it in half. It's a 500, so like it's 250 and 250."
Good gosh.
And I had never tried it before, and I was like, "Yo, fuck, pussy ass Delta 9. Like I'm gonna fucking take this shit like a champ." So I said, "Fuck Mary," and I just ate the whole thing. Yeah, and then I was fucking rocked, dude.
Yeah.
That thing absolutely rocked me. I was like, I didn't think it was legit, but that shit is legit.
They will get you. Especially that shit from the gas station. You have no idea what the hell it is.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, exactly. So what is this, White Rhino 9000?
Yeah.
It's
I say
in
this.
a cardboard like little like plastic shelf. Okay, fine.
I say
Sure,
this
correct.
without an ounce of comedy, but I was in, it was Texas, but we were on the road and got some gas station edible gummies. Like, could I eat THCA or Delta 9 probably at that time? Ate the whole thing, same deal. And I laid inside of the bunk and watched the highway go by there's no windows like at all. I could plain as day see the highway, and it wasn't dreaming because I remember like laying there with my eyes closed, watching the highway going by, opening my eyes and going, "Wow, that's really weird," and closing my eyes and starting to watch it again.
Yeah. That Honda has a headlight out. I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
So how he's telepathic.
Yeah. That's
Seeing through walls and shit.
we should do a tier of like pills you can buy at the gas station. Like when it comes to like edibles
Just trying them out.
or gas station sex pills.
Pony goat weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Black
yeah,
Rhino
gas station
4000.
marijuana.
Yep. Your Black Rhinos, your Add All XR.
Yeah, Sex Ninja.
Isn't that like what truckers do to like stay driving for a long amount of time? They like take those like pills and then like
Yeah. Like the
It's
super energy mega focus pill.
yeah. Trucker
Lightning
crack.
Rhino 400. Take it all day and you'll never stop.
Just some Indian guy in the back who's like mixing a bunch of fucking powders together, dude.
Big old cauldron.
Yeah.
Better Sham, are you almost done with that batch?
I watched this Vice documentary one time about this like designer drug called Tusi, and it was in South Africa or something. But it's basically
I
just
watched
like,
that.
you know what I'm talking about? It's just like
Was that
ecstasy,
meth?
cocaine, and methamphetamine. Like it's just a bunch of street drugs they mix together and dye pink. And then sell it. It's like, oh, it's a different thing. But the dude, yeah. But like the dude is in the lab or whatever, and they got the blurred face, and it sounds like this, And the guy's like mixing it all up, and the dude is describing everything that goes in it. And he's like, "Yeah, this is MDMA, and this is ecstasy." And the dude's like, "Oh, you put both in there?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "And this is cocaine, and this is a little bit of meth." And the guy's like, "Okay, interesting." And he points over in the corner. He goes, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "Oh, that's crack." And the interviewer guy goes, "Oh, there's crack in it too." And he goes, "No, I smoke crack." And I think about that all the time.
I don't want to confuse you.
Yeah, the cauldron made me think of that. Like
That's
he's listing all the
actually
shit he's
hilarious.
mixing up, and he goes, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, that's crack." He goes, "Oh, you put crack in it too?" He goes, "No, I smoke crack."
No, the crack is for me,
That's
bro.
fine.
That's a
don't wanna
head stash
confuse
right
you.
there.
What's in this drug, which is the gas station equivalent of when you take your cup up to a soda machine and put a little bit of each soda inside of it and take a drink.
Make your own mega soda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that was Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia? Is that what you were thinking
I
of?
think it was. Yeah, it was one of those. I think
with
it
the
might have been
glasses?
him. Yes, I like that show. It
I
might
love
it was
that guy.
probably that one.
But I watched that same episode and they smoked that shit like out of like the front of a glass bottle, and one dude like takes a hit of it and then literally face plants like on the ground.
Yeah.
His whole face is like bleeding everywhere, bro. He wakes up, he's like fried as shit, but he's like covered in blood.
He's like,
in his
"Give me
face.
another."
Yeah. Do you guys remember the Vice documentary for Crocodile?
Yes.
That they
Where
had?
people's like
yeah.
feet were falling off and shit.
Yeah,
that
I
shit
remember.
real? That was that fake or was that a real thing?
It's like
think they were just
Russian
using dirty
heroin or some
needles.
shit. I think it's
Yeah.
like it's in Russia, I think. It's a Russian thing.
I think
I
so.
remember
And it was
being
like homeless people.
Yeah. I remember being 17, watching that like documentary on my phone, like on YouTube, like too late at night in bed, being like, I hope that never makes it to the States.
Yeah.
But it's like, then it's like the in the documentary, like, this drug has been going around the market for 20 years, and it's only in these 3 cities. Because
There's only 3 cities dumb enough to do it.
Yeah, everyone's been like, no, I'm not trying that. What are you talking about? Just love good heroin over here.
You ever see the dude who's like on Flocka or whatever? If you look up like guy on Flocka and he's like butt naked and he like runs like full speed across a parking lot and like dives like head first into the like back windshield of this car and just like smashes it everywhere.
Is Flocka like another name for bath salts?
I have no clue, but then some lady like drives by him and he like jumps on the hood of her car and he's like hanging on for dear life and she's like trying to shake him. He's like freaking out.
Puts on
Totally
her
ass
wipers
naked.
to try to get his fingers off. Yeah, I remember
shut
like
up.
bath salts like in 2013, everyone being like, it's gonna hit the streets, like there's gonna be zombies everywhere. Because it was the
happen to
Florida
you.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that was a lie too. The bath salts guy who ate that guy's face.
Like a lie that what it was, or that
Apparently
he
he
didn't
like
actually eat the
passed
guy's
the.
face?
No, apparently like when they tested his piss, he was clean, and he was just a psycho. Like fuck.
So he just ate
Yeah.
someone's face sober.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was like
yeah.
a
Thank
paranoid
goodness. I thought he was a
schizophrenic.
drug.
Yeah.
He's just fucking crazy.
Oh, that's what a relief. I was actually really that drug was gonna be on the streets. I'm so glad that he killed and ate somebody with.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
did he
dude.
kill him first and then eat him, or did that person just lie there and take it?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
he was
thought he
hungry,
like knocked
dude.
him out.
I get it, dude. I've been hangry before.
Wait a minute, was the dude who got his face eaten, was he the one on drugs? Like he was knocked out on horse tranquilizers, and then the other guy was just crazy and ate his face.
He was like,
Worst case scenario.
that's where I go. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna sleep here on the side of this road. Worst case scenario, someone eats my face. Best case scenario, I take a nice quick 20-minute nap.
Looking at
Yeah.
the scales, and
Nope.
I don't think the chances are really high that someone's gonna come around and eat my face. So quick.
Dude, I watched an episode of Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia before where he does like the 5-MeO DMT where they like squeeze the venom off of the frog's back
Yeah.
onto like a glass bottle, and then they like shave the once it dries they like shave the powder off the glass bottle, and like he's like in line to do it, and like it's like a ceremony type deal. They give it to the guy before him, and his like eyes like roll to the back of his head, and he's like laying in a creek and he's like fully seizing, but he's like demon seizing. He's like. Like fucking just like screaming.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, it's your turn. And they're like, pass the pipe to Hamilton. I'm like, bro, what, bro? Who is signing up for that, yo?
Dude,
Miss me on that.
There's
Yeah.
a scene in that where they keep like, because they all lay back and they all like kind of convulse and are like seeing the white light or whatever. And every time they do it, the people that are like trip sitting them or whatever are like, oh, drag them up out of the water. Don't let their head go underwater, and because they'll drown or whatever. And I'm like, why are you fucking doing it in the creek? Like they all drag them out of the creek, they start convulsing, but they all go down into the creek to do it.
Yeah, the creek's not adding anything to it.
Yeah.
The creek made no sense.
We could put him in a bed. Heaven forbid.
Yeah. I can tell you, once the DMT hits, you don't know where you are. You don't remember. You don't feel anything anymore. The water is not adding.
That's a really short high, right?
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like real quick. I never done it before though, but just from what I've seen.
But if I did, yeah.
I never did it. I never talked to the robot elves.
Yeah, they're in there, man. They're in there.
I don't have strong opinions on how the pyramids were built.
Yeah, no, I never did that. But I did smoke weed with a guy one time who asked if he could sprinkle some crack on the bowl.
Hell yeah.
Hey, nice, dude.
And I said, I had to act like it was cool. I was like, nah, maybe next time, dude. You know?
Yeah. Find me in an hour, maybe later.
I got some stuff
Trying
to
to be
do later.
polite.
Yeah, trying to be polite. Like,
So funny trying to be polite when someone's like, "Can I sprinkle a little crack in your bowl?" You're like,
I got a haircut appointment at like 5, actually. You know what I
okay,
mean?
if you didn't, dude. I really appreciate you asking beforehand. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I made these keto cookies. You want to try a couple?
Yeah, he was on the bus with us. He was on our bus path. He was in. I don't know if he was in your grade. I can't spell it out. He was on.
Wait,
He lived on Butler Road. He was a nice guy, though.
no way.
Nice
Really?
Yeah, he was a nice guy, though.
Did he play any like extracurricular like sports at all?
I don't think
Oh
so.
wait, no, never mind. I know exactly what you're talking
All
about.
right, sweet. Yeah.
Extracurricular sports. Yeah, you smoke
No, dude.
crack.
Yeah.
There's 2 kids that I knew on
lived on that street.
Butler Road that was on our bus. One I wrestled with, and I was like, man, he doesn't really strike me as that guy. But then the other one, I was like, oh wait a second. That kid, the kid that I went over to his house one time and we smoked weed like 5 minutes after walking inside the door. And then
That's
he was
what I
like,
did,
you want to know
yeah.
how to make a smoke bomb? And I was like, oh shoot, okay, I guess we're doing this kind of party.
I liked those.
Yeah, I had to politely decline.
Yeah, you know what, man?
I've somehow never done that.
Yeah.
Thank God. Never smoked crack. Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
No one really
Yeah.
sells crack anymore. I think that's really the problem.
It's getting harder to find.
Yeah, no. It's a dying,
would know. I've
breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really awkward conversation to bring up. Like, do you have any? I don't want to be rude or anything like stuff around here, but
It's like
Yeah,
a
some
Pineapple
crack.
Express. He's like,
oh
you told him I would sell you fucking oxys, dude? Not cool, man.
Yeah. Have you ever seen what was it? It's My Name is Earl. You're familiar with that show in the premise?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Jake loves that show.
There's the episode where like Randy and like this buddy that was only in it for that episode, or whatever, Randy's buddy, they're walking down the street and they find a wallet. And he picks it up and he's like, oh, look, man, a wallet. And he opens the wallet and he goes, dude, there's money in here. And his buddy just goes, oh, shit, cool. You want to try crack?
Which is a real conversation people have probably had before.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, dude.
My Pillow
Oh,
guy
man.
invented the My Pillow on crack.
I believe it.
Man, what if this was
But also-
softer?
Mike Lindell
Yeah,
he smoked
really
crack.
love
Yeah, he
Trump.
smoked crack for years and years. Mike Lindell, and then he invented the My Pillow, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Because I imagine if you have years of a crack career, you do get really, really into a good night's sleep after that. Like that's really
True.
probably pretty
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
You gotta figure this out.
Yeah. I spent a lot of nights on a linoleum floor in Backwater, Georgia, in the middle of the
Yeah.
crack shack. And I'll tell you what I wanted that whole time. I wanted a pillow. But not just any pillow. I wanted a quality hand-stitched in America pillow. I wanted pillows that immigrants never touched.
I'm here to tell you, folks, as a man that stayed awake for no less than 7 days straight, this
Yeah.
pillow will
Yeah,
change
yeah.
your life.
Yeah, buy these racist pillows. Here, my pillow from a guy that did
Racist
some crack.
too?
I think so. I don't know.
I think like half of his I think half of his money went to like went to
Krispy
like
Kreme, which then gave it to the Nazis.
Yes, yeah, he's
Yeah,
a Nazi
exactly.
sympathizer as well.
and I'm not apologizing for it.
He's like, I like Hugo Boss. What do you want from me?
I said what I said. I did my own research. and you know what? Wait, what that one UFC fighter? He's like, I did my own research, and you know what? Hitler, not a bad guy. He's actually a
That
pretty
big a
good
deal.
guy.
He said, "Kind of guy I would like to go fishing with."
Yeah,
That's what he said. That's what he said, which is absolutely wild.
That's insane.
And then he said it was the greedy Jews who were trying to turn everybody gay. That's what he said in the next line. And you're like, okay, well, I don't agree with anything he's saying, but I would like those YouTube videos if you could send them my way, just so I could get a good laugh at those conspiracies. That would be whatever his algorithm is.
Whatever your research was, yeah. And they're like, this is the first episode of the podcast, and you're like, all right, bit of a cold open. But I figure this is how we kickstart the program. And he just went off on that.
I've been tossing this around back and forth in my head a little bit. Yeah.
What was that? What was his name? What was that UFC fighter's
It's Bryce
name again?
Mitchell.
That's it.
He also thinks that there's an ice wall and that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, it's
And
the
he
end of the Earth. You just fall off it.
Yes, and he doesn't believe in dinosaurs, which I might agree with him on that one, to be honest. I don't think I believe in dinosaurs.
Because we've never found a full dinosaur-like skeleton before.
Yeah, and it's just like thousands of years ago. Like, we don't even know how they built the pyramids, but then you just know.
Yeah.
You know exactly how this fucking animal looked that you'd never seen before in your life. You found a pile of bones.
Come to think of it, a lot of the shit they teach you in school as a kid, it's just shit they guessed. There's a lot of guessing going on.
By a lady that got her bachelor's degree 4 years ago, and not even in the subject you're learning. They were just like, she's an elementary ed major. Now she's here, and they're like, now she's going to be your math teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just guessing how all of this shit works.
Yeah.
Pluto's a planet. Pluto's not a planet. What is a planet?
Mm-hmm. The smokestacks, they don't line up.
Yeah, chemtrails going everywhere on top of it. The explosion happened right before the plane hit.
6 million.
6 million. Yeah. I own a calculator.
Gonna go there. It's gonna happen where someone's not gonna show up for the pod, and then someone's gonna be found in a closet with a belt around their neck.
Shot himself twice.
Yeah, shot himself in the back of the head, and his dick's out.
Suicide note, and that's why I chopped myself up into little pieces and put myself in the garbage. I couldn't take it anymore.
yeah, exactly. Oh man. Anyway, on that note, we're at an hour now, so
sick.
That is the criteria, gentlemen, as far as it goes. I think
we clocked in and did it.
We did.
Clock out.
We got like an ugly Pedro Pascal look, Ben, going on right now. It's like
thank you, dude. That's the nicest thing you've ever told me before.
It's a good look.
I really appreciate that.
I like it. It's a good look.
Thank you. I'm going for I'm going for like borderline 70s porn star, possibly Puerto Rican.
Yeah, you do look Spanish.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, don't say that too loud. I don't want a certain 3-letter word company knocking on my door right now. That was an ice joke. That was an ice joke.
I was following you.
In case anyone, okay, and it's okay. But anyway, gentlemen, I think I'm gonna try to do a Sunday episode this week as well. Yeah. It does not mean anyone has to come, but I will message you guys as far as it goes. I kind of want to see how it feels on a Sunday. I know I talked last week with you, Jake, but I'm like, what if it's like when we're not all tired after work, like recording as far as it goes. So I want to see how it feels. So I'll message you guys for like a time that works. If you guys can't make it, no pressure whatsoever.
I got you.
That works. So,
but dude, I just had this thought one time in Spanish class when we learned about illegal immigration because you just said ICE. They played us this like ICE video from like the 70s, like the super old like ICE video, and like these ICE agents like would run into like a kitchen and then the people would start yelling. They'd be like, "La migra, la migra," and then dude, literally people would start like popping out of closets and like under like the sink and stuff and start running away, bro. It was crazy.
They would scatter.
They would scatter. They would be coming out of doors that there was no people should have been in there.
like, have you guys seen that meme that's been going around of like how the first scene in Glorious Bastards would have played out if it was like a Hispanic family that was living underneath the.
No, but I think I can. I think I get it.
it's just like the that whole like first scene where they're talking and it's really tense at the table, but then like there's really muffled like Hispanic music coming from underneath the floorboards on a JBL speaker.
Yeah.
Are you hiding enemies from the state?
You're hiding them, aren't you?
Yeah, but for real, you know, my business would go under. So please, nobody visit my area at all, because
Yes.
my company would disappear tomorrow if they
For
decided
real.
to go and like and put their nose to the ground where I live. But
Well, adios, motherfucker.
yeah, anyway.